Babies, it's time for another adventure of Misfits and Miscrits.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Whoa. Whoa.
I mean, howdy, partners.
Oh my god.
Welcome back to
Wait.
Hexit. I was gonna put this on, but I have headphones on, and it doesn't fit
Wait, you got
very good on
cowboy
my head.
hat?
I actually got this for a different D&D game that we played, where I played a gunslinger. Oh, good. Yes, Kelly. Thank you for
I
matching my
don't
energy.
have a cowboy hat.
Well, you
Well,
probably should have thought of that, huh, Barbara?
Well, I can't wear
It
two
doesn't
hats.
doesn't fit very good on your headphones anyway.
No, it doesn't. I genuinely can't.
Close
Oh,
enough. Good
yeah.
job.
There. Now I have a hat.
Yeah.
Kevin, get a hat.
You will
no.
be taking a -1 to all saving throws today if you don't have a hat on.
Perfect.
But in any case, oh yep, he's a rootin' tootin' cowboy, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so last time on Misfits and Miscrits, y'all moseyed on in to the settlement town of Selfstead. After making your way in, you got to the Talmor Postal Center, after which you convened with Hamish. Was it Hamish? Gotta pull up my
Yeah, it's
further
Hamish.
notes. Yep, you convened with Hamish, the stable master, and he told you that although he is good for the money, he couldn't pay you immediately because unfortunately the bank was closed, preparing for a large transaction that will be happening soon. After speaking with him further, Rue came to realize that she was in fact related to the current mayor of Silfstead, Ray Leodon. Upon hearing this, Hamish was kind of impressed and seemed to treat you with a bit more reverence. You spoke with some townsfolk, and it seems that she's held in fairly high regard. But in any case, after leaving the postal office, you, specifically Habu, gawked and chirped at several townspeople, among them some centaurs and a Gila monster, as possible. As you made your way down to Town Hall, a good place to look for the mayor. But unfortunately, that building was occupied only by a small, burrowing owl folk named Deputy Dusty. Who gave you a warm welcome to town, in addition to telling you that the mayor was supposed to be back soonish within the day, and that, as well as giving you some delicious lore on the town's sheriff, Sheriff Maverick Rustbelt.
Yeah.
So to see if he was all that Dusty talked him up to be, you eventually made your way to the Bighorn Saloon and Tavern. After appearing indoors, you noticed an array of different Fey folk patrons, some sprites, goblins, man of unknown original racial status who appears to have transformed himself into a chicken. And you spoke with the barkeep, who told you his name was Cassius Clovenhoof, a satyr. At the bar, you did find Sheriff Maverick, who Craig appeared to antagonize a bit, but things didn't go too sour, at least
Was
not.
I the one antagonizing, or was he the one antagonizing?
It was probably him. Things didn't go too sour, at least not between the two of you. They didn't really have a chance to, as after some mention of cutting off the sprites next to you, not long after them walking out and Habu going to meet and speak with Spelvis, the wizard chicken, a shockwave rumbled under your feet before erupting geysers of oil burst through the floorboards and essentially turned this tranquil bar scene into utter chaos. From the oil geysers jumped an assortment of boggles, small oil spirits that are native to the Feywild, and they began wreaking havoc on the place. But the real threat was that the geysers themselves appeared to be growing, and the open flames at the top of the room in the chandeliers, well, that would not be a good mix. So you sprung into action, eventually defeating all the boggles, and after some creative spell casting from both Craig and Habu, and some pretty tremendous hits from Ruined Nadezhda as well, you managed to stop this building from burning to the ground and exploding. Bunny also happened to notice that Sheriff Maverick, who was antagonized by Craig for missing a hand, as an adept marksman herself, she eventually noticed that it appears that Sheriff Maverick was not always shooting with his left hand, and doesn't appear to be particularly practiced with it. But in any case, after things started to settle a bit and the geysers receded into sitting pools of oil, you heard a gunshot outside, and upon running out, you saw a bookish man holding a gun, having gunned down a robed figure who lay in the middle of the street with a bag spilling gold bars out into the middle of the road, confirming Nadezhda's suspicions that perhaps this may have been a distraction for further events at the bank. And that's pretty much where we find our heroes. Did I miss anything significant that I didn't mention people would like to have stated?
We flirted with a blacksmith.
Yes, you did.
Well, I tried, but
Yes, Habu
that's not for me.
Habu was not particularly spitting his best game toward the blacksmith. Nadezhda seemed to have a slightly better rapport, and it appears that you may be commissioning her for a rune enchantment on your sword.
Yeah,
Thank you,
and
Habu.
Habu is now enrolled in
That's true.
Nadezhda's morning fitness routine.
That's true. That's true. You have much training to do, but I'm sure it will pay off, Habu.
Thanks.
All right. So that said, let's drop back into Sylfstead and see what the hell is going on. So, you find yourselves outside. There is everyone in town, amid the, I'm sure, if not by the single gunshot outside, certainly by the ruckus of exploding floorboards and giant lightning bolts being blasted through the walls of town's tavern. everyone seems to have kind of gathered on stoops, seeing what the hell was going on. But yes, in front of you, you see a bookish man holding a gun shakily, a gnome having also just stepped out the door of the bank. And in front of the bank, you see a robed figure and the splattered remains of a boggle, as well as the large cactus figure that you had seen when you walked in. And as you stand there, Sheriff Maverick comes out to join you and is at a loss for words as he kind of takes off his hat, catches on his horn for a second, and just holds it.
Oh.
What in the hell's going on here? What do y'all do?
Kind of my vibe too. So
Sure. So Sheriff Maverick goes, walks up to the bodies. He checks for a pulse on this robed person before looking up at the wood elf in the glasses. And he says, "Oh, you better fill me in quick. You know I don't like anybody cheating the hangman in my town. This is a right mess." And the man kind of steps forward, breathing in, and says, "I'm sorry. I was finishing the count, and well, I was trying to, and the whole room shook, and I heard noise outside, and I went to see what was going on. When I came back into the vault, I saw that little bugger." He points to the boggle, making a portal straight into the bank, pilfering everything he could get his hands on. When I came back out, he met up with this fella. He tried to make a run for it, but looks like old Sharp cut him off, and I didn't mean to. And he drops the gun. Maverick kind of steps back, curses under his breath, and he says, "All right, everybody back inside unless you're coming to get a mop to help clean up the big horn. Nothing to see here." And as he kind of announces himself, folks kind of look back down, head back inside, and divert their attention.
Well, you let us know if you need anything, Sheriff. For pretty good with a mop, but if you don't want us out here,
What does this guy look like?
I was gonna say, does he look like hooded, like the people we've seen thus far in the cult? Or
you culty
can-
looking?
yeah,
You can inspect the body and roll investigation checks if you like.
He looks like he'd be in a cult.
Yeah, he kind of does.
Yeah.
Kind of does. Okay. I will try. I got a 15 investigation.
A 15 investigation. All right. Rue, I think as you step forward, he kind of does. It seems like he's about to tell you to back up a little at first, as you approach, like if he were to interact with a civilian, but whether it be the fact that you are clearly an established adventuring party, or you're resemblance to the mayor, he kind of lets you proceed. With a 15, you pull back the hood on this person. You see that it is appears to be a half elf. You don't necessarily know this until you turn his head completely to show a pointed ear, because originally he was face down and the ear that was on this side of his head was cut off. He does also appear to have an assortment of tattoos, and among them some symbology involving eyes and tentacles.
Why are they out here stealing gold bars?
I look at the sheriff and I just say, is this the first one of these guys you've seen around here? Or have more of these passed through?
Do you know this man?
Maverick leans down, looks his face over. Well, I can't say I had the pleasure. Shit. Yeah, we've definitely heard of weirdos acting up out in the desert, but haven't had one come into town, much less make a pass at the damn bank before. At this point, the elf has grabbed the bag and is scooping the gold bars back in, and you hear him muttering under his breath, "This is not good. I need to get back inside and finish her. It's going to be a tense conversation when they come to collect." Excuse me, Sheriff. Yeah, go ahead.
You said people were doing weird things out in the desert. What kind of things?
He says, well, that I'm not entirely sure of. I do know that, you said you got a 15, Rue?
Yeah.
Okay, with a 15, I guess you would have found this too, though maybe not, like, perhaps not, having, you might not have grasped, what it was fully. He, as you're rooting through the robes on this man, you find like a small pouch. You look at it, and it appears to be empty. But as Nadeshda asks this question, Sheriff Maverick looks at you. He sees you have this pouch as you're about to kind of throw it to the side. He gestures for you to hand it to him. And he puts his finger in, and as he pulls it out, you see a slight glisten on his finger. It kind of sparkles in the sun. And he says, one of the more unfortunate effects of their presence wherever the hell they're hanging out. So they're bringing a shit ton of shimmer into my town. Habu, this is a drug that you are familiar with. In fact, you have some on you right now. And
Nasty stuff.
Maverick looks up at you and says, yes, you are correct.
I'm gonna say nothing more as to not incriminate myself.
Probably a good idea.
Just laying low.
He says,
I'm acting natural.
He says, I don't know what you know about this shit, but, well, primary ingredient is, he kind of glances over, towards the, he glances over towards the, like, porch of the Bighorn Saloon where people were hanging out, and you see, you see the two pixies that were, or sprites rather, that were inside at the bar next to you, kind of still wandering around inebriated, kind of fooling around over by the hay bales. And he says, well, it's a little gross, but my understanding is I take the wings off them there sprites, grind them up, and that's what, at least part of what gives it its potency.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit.
It's,
Is that why they don't have...
well, I can only assume that by the way they've been walking around high and mighty, I think boss man there might have given those up voluntarily. He appears to have
Yeah,
been
that's
paid
good.
handsomely for them.
Oh my
So they
God.
can sell them.
But
really? They're
we have
doing
seen
that?
some. Times are tough out here.
Sheesh, no kidding.
Unfortunately, we've seen some folks go missing, and I can only assume that not every offer has been accepted so graciously, and they may not take no for an answer.
You've recently had people disappear.
Yes, we have.
Who? Do you...
Well, we had, I think by now it's 3 sprites, not unlike those two, as well as, there was old Ted. He's a hobgoblin, and I believe 2 or 3 more over the course of the last couple months. Being that we're not exactly the most populous town, it's kind of hard to miss.
What is the name of that pixie over there?
Oh, her?
The one with
That-
the wings.
That's Charlie.
Well, the one that sold his wings.
Oh, pardon me. Little girl over there is Shirley, and then that's Bobby.
Perhaps we will talk to Bobby about who's been talking to him.
You can try. He does like to talk, but, well, you can try.
Is this a problem that other towns are having in the area?
I'm gonna be honest with you. There's not a lot of other towns in the area, and if there were, I think Silvstead's got enough problems for me to handle. Things aren't going great around here, especially when people are, or even when people aren't getting kind of kicks at the body, shot in the street in the middle of the day.
Aside
We
from
had-
aside from that, what's going on?
He says, well, let's just say the welcome committee, I'm sure you saw outside of town, wasn't put there for fun. And yeah, that's what he says.
Have people been coming through, like, with malicious intent?
He says, well, they certainly didn't wind up there for coming around here giving out ice cream cones.
Well, right, but like, what caused you to put them out there? Because this like round the circle thing is not helping us with any information at all, actually.
Bandits.
Hmm.
Oh.
Nasty bunch.
Have they been stealing anything in particular? Besides the bank, you know.
Well, they certainly did their best at the bank, and I can't prove it, but I can only assume that the piece of shit who's leading that outfit took a little more than me for money. And he holds up his hand, or his arm, Sans hand, rather.
What is his name? Or her?
Shaw. Shaw. Goes by
Shaw.
Snakeskin Shaw. Used to just be Shaw, but look, there's a lot of weird magic out here in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I'm sure he'd like to say that he took this hand from me in a shootout, that is not the case. I did manage to drive him and his little rustlers out of town the last time they made a pass at the bank, but well, Shaw didn't. He made it out. I tried to get him as he was leaving town, and I missed. And next day, I suppose would have been a couple after, I woke up after having a horrible dream, and old Righty was nowhere to be seen.
Wait, you went to bed with a hand and you woke up and there was no hand there?
That is correct, ma'am.
That
Well,
is
that's all
concerning.
kinds of fucked up. And it like, did it hurt? Is it just like
well,
healed, or what kind of missing is it?
It almost feels like I could still grab something if I were to reach for my gun, but it don't hurt no more. It certainly didn't feel good while I was having whatever kind of nightmare or whatever was happening in my body while I was asleep, but now it's just kind of how it is. But in any case, luckily I've got as you all are talking, the big cactus creature, upon seeing Sheriff Maverick, lumbers over and kind of starts like leaning towards him with the skull on his head, and he says, "Give me a second, God damn it, I'm working."
Oh, he's a friend.
Fine.
Who
And,
is this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a Marshall Sharp. He's been helping me out, which is thankful since, well, I could use the help right now. And it kind of like gestures towards him, and he goes, all right, one sec. And you see him kind of like puffing his chest, and he lets out a bolt of lightning breath from his maw, and you see it go into this creature, and it appears to bolster up, and you see the flowers sprout a little bit, and a couple new like cactus bulbs start to bud off of him, as it appears to be invigorated by this electricity.
He's like a, yeah.
He goes,
Shambling
Can I do
shrub.
an Arcana check?
you
Or a
may, yeah,
nature check? Yeah, on
absolutely.
I just remember this from
Um,
the fucking flower thing you made me shoot my lightning at, then it gave it extra hit points, and I was pissed forever.
18.
18. This appears to be a hexen shambling mound.
Nice.
And with you with an 18 would remember from your studies or personal experiences that shambling mounds absorb electricity and are healed and invigorated by it.
Hmm.
Good to know.
But Maverick says, he wandered in one day, and well, he seems like he's taken a liking to my spark, as it were. So
That's cute.
we've been fortunate enough to have his help.
Oh, so that's why he got angry when I was looking in the bank window, because he was like, hello, I'm guarding this thing and you're looking at it over my shoulder. How creepy and weird.
He that seems to be a good way to get his attention. Yes, that is correct.
Fair enough.
The mound kind of like after like getting charged up by this lightning breath, he kind of still hangs around and like kind of like nudges the sheriff with the horns on this skull that's embedded in the cacti.
Mhm.
And he goes, "What the hell is it?" Usually he'll kind of wander off and go on patrol once he's charged up, but is there something else going on?
Is there somebody in the bank?
And he points to the front of town from where you guys came in. And can I he says as he points, Maverick says, I don't know, they shouldn't give us no more trouble. They can't I can't imagine that this fellow was one of them otherwise he'd be on the end of a rope.
One of who?
Maverick says the welcome committee, the last riot gang. I'm sure you saw them hanging in front of town.
Familiar.
It's
who
Shaw's gang, last riot gang. They made it past the bank, and we lost a few people. But the ones that we killed, they're hanging in front of town right now. You saw them when you came in, I'm sure.
Gotcha.
Can one of you roll a history check with advantage for
I would
me?
love to.
I was gonna say we didn't see them, did we?
I don't think I don't remember this
I don't
at
either.
all.
I don't either.
I've got here. Sorry, let me double check.
No, we passed the like where the what are they called? Like hanging stuff.
The gallows.
The gallows. Yeah, that's the word. We passed that, and there was nothing.
There's nobody
23,
hanging.
Derek.
Oh
23?
God, we've got undead shit.
There was nobody hanging in the gallows when you walked into town.
Yeah, I'm very confused. We didn't see anybody.
Yeah, I
What do
hate
you mean
to
you didn't see anybody?
Sheriff, I hate to break it to you, but there was nobody at the gallows when we passed in.
That's not
good.
That's not
It ain't good, Sheriff.
possible.
Well,
Should we go look? Let's go
We
take
got
a
the
look.
deacon digging graves for him right now. Sure, just sharp. Stay here. Shit. And you guys take off. Not the boggle, but
He's running. He's running.
the rest of you. Okay, yeah, we're running. All right. Okay, let's go back to the gallows real quick. I need a bunch of you guys up so I can steal
The
your tokens.
Everybody scatter.
Take me.
Scatter.
Run away!
Everyone scatter! Uh,
I'm gonna grab my dice tray while you. I forgot I got a dice tray at
You see me
Target.
gobbling away and get my dice because I forgot to get them out.
let's go back to the. Let's see. Sorry, I gotta reset this map because last time you guys were here, you had a fuck ton of horses.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, you make your way just outside of town, and Sheriff Maverick says, now y'all don't know what you're talking about. Dead Man's Cross is right up this way, and there should be 7 rustlers hanging in those.
Wait, you were talking about weird
Gallows.
magic shit before, and now I'm concerned if there are dead people
Me
missing.
as well.
Oh, I need to. Yeah. As you approach, you see that the Chewinga are still kind of running around in the area. As you approach with Maverick, I think you notice a couple of them at a distance, but as you approach with Maverick, they all freeze, jump into cactuses and tumbleweeds and the like, as to not reveal themselves.
Oh.
But in any case, you see the gallows and the nooses hang with no bodies.
See? They're empty.
That is a problem. No, these were supposed to stay here until we finish the deal with Low Rule to get some backup out here, and then they were going to be buried by the church.
When did
and
you
everything
last
was going to
see
settle
them?
down. That would have been last night.
Hmm.
Would have been last night.
Well, when we passed. Wait, have we slept? No, we haven't slept.
No.
Haven't
Yeah.
slept.
We were here earlier today, and there wasn't anybody at this point, so I can't speak to when they would have disappeared, but they were not here earlier.
Great.
Which
Great.
direction
No,
is the
that's
hideout?
that's excellent. Well, miss, if I knew that, we'd probably be a little further along in this issue, but unfortunately, I don't.
Well, let's look around.
Yeah. I suppose you can do that.
I
He's
sniff.
kind of in shock right now. You sniff. Make me a. What are you trying to do with your sniff?
What is the goal?
What is your
Um,
goal?
I'm trying to see if I could sniff where they went, where the dead people
Or
are.
who took them?
Okay.
Is it
Uh,
stinky?
Make me a perception check at disadvantage because you're a regular person right now.
I'm not a person.
It's just crazy.
I got a 9.
Nice.
9. It smells disgusting. Smells gross. Like
Just
there may have
bad.
been a dead body hanging here in the sun for
Mm.
some amount of days.
Hot garbage.
Very hot garbage smell.
I hate that smell.
And Dusty says, Sheriff says, we need to. All right, here's the deal. Tomorrow we're gonna be finishing a transaction with Low Rules military leaders, and we should be able to ask them for some more support out here. Are y'all gonna be in town for the next night at least?
Well, we've been looking for Bunny, who seems to have run off, so I think we will most likely be around for a little bit.
Well, yeah, and they have our money at the bank. We can't get that till tomorrow.
True.
Sure. That makes sense. Okay. Is there a... Listen, out here, folks tend to look after themselves, and I can't blame them. There's not much else you got out here in the sun and the sand, but if that's a little different story. But if I could, I'd ask that if anything goes sour, at least until you hit the road, could I trust you to give me a hand? This town's taken a lot of hits, and I thought I finally might have helped clean things up a bit, but well, seems like a bullet wasn't quite enough. And if something else happens to this town, did I hear y'all met Dusty?
Sure did.
Mm-hmm.
The
He
bird?
seems like quite the
Very
young man.
cute.
Yes.
He's quite charming, yes.
Do you happen to have any merchandise of Dusty?
We're working on a deal with that right now,
Alright.
but his lawyers are incredibly litigious. In any case, the last ride gang was a nasty bunch, and maybe a year or so back, they made a raid on this town, and Dusty's parents did not survive. I've tried to look
I'm-
after him since.
Very
But-
sorry to hear that.
I walk up to the sheriff and I grab his shirt and I'm like, we will help protect this man at all costs.
He says,
This is our son now.
he
This is our
kind
son.
of smiles and says, seems like he's got his damn little talons into you as well then.
Can you blame us? Look
I
at him.
really can't.
To answer your earlier question, we will absolutely help you out while we're here.
I appreciate it, miss. Any,
I sniff the sheriff.
you can
not-
sniff the
isn't-
sheriff.
Isn't this like your family's town then, Rue? Because like your grandma's in charge of it, so like you'll get to be in charge of it someday too, right?
He looks down at Craig, who's sniffing his boots.
I don't think that mayors will. I don't think a mayor is a bloodline
A mayor
thing.
monarchy.
Yeah, I don't think it's a mayor.
Yeah, that's
monarchy.
not quite how things
I think that's.
run out here.
I think it's a democracy.
In
A
fact,
what?
any type of that.
What is that?
Never heard of it.
Kind of like
It's like
when
just a basic type
everybody
of
picks
government.
who they think is the coolest, and then they run things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I take it that's
Weird.
not really how that. Okay, yep. I mean, same for my. That's not really how the Fablewood works either. So.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it's not exactly how the Fablewood works, but
What if I had a bunch
Pretty
of money?
close.
Could I like
least-
influence who is elected?
least-
Most likely, Mr. Craig. You could even
Well,
assume control of a city-state with that.
That's an interesting
kind of
question to
money.
ask.
So even if it's not Future Roost Town, it's in the family, so we'll help.
Um,
Can I look at the
best
ropes?
intentions aside, for your own benefit, I'd maybe keep that type of ideology to yourself. A lot of folks around here still have sore spots about the Fablewood, and that's their homeland, as it were. But when things went south, they were they weren't taken care of, and Miss Leodon, Ray, that is, well, she left the seat of power she already had to come out here and help folks. And well, around here they don't really so much follow a crown as a person, but she is quite a person.
So we've heard.
Sure the hell wish she'd get home. We should in fact, I should probably send for her. She might be able to help sort some of this out.
Did I smell
Where is
anything
she?
on the sheriff?
Give me another perception check. A general perception check.
Is it possible to have double disadvantage?
17.
Oh my
17.
God.
This man smells like scales and whiskey and gunpowder
Yeah.
and dirt
And dead bodies.
and so many dead bodies. No, you don't. Okay, well, with a
A whiff of
17,
ozone.
yes, there's definitely a little ozone musk coming off of his breath. You smell him, and he doesn't smell of dead bodies, though. For a second, on the hot desert breeze, you think you might get just a whiff of something sour.
Lemons.
Lemon.
Sorry.
And with a 17, you look up, and Craig's, you being in touch with nature and wildlife specifically, you notice that although not entirely peculiar, you see that far to the south, there appear to be a lot of vultures hanging out.
Oh.
Interesting. I glare at the sheriff and squint my eyes at him.
For why?
Craig just looks at people sometimes.
Yeah, I
He-
guess.
Yeah, no, he's really got some
Can I,
peepers
like-
on him there.
Check out the ropes up here, or just like see if it's been messed with, or like if I can find any clues.
Yeah, roll me an investigation check.
Gallows. Not my strong suit. 8 minus
you're gonna
1
wanna
is
stay-
a
you're not gonna wanna
7.
Walk that way, son. As you start going that way, Craig, he says,
I yell, "You're not my dad!"
Craig.
he says, fair enough, go be buzzard food. And then he says to you all, if you like him alive, I'd suggest you get him.
Craig.
Rue shrugs.
That way is certain death.
Craig.
Starts
Wait,
barking at me.
What's over there?
My lady is,
Elfin
and he goes
graveyard.
over to the sign here. Fast track to the Chittering Canyons, and
Ooh.
if you want to get
Oh.
eaten up by some nasty bugs, that's a good way to do it.
Chittering is not a word I like.
It's the canyon episode.
But in any case, you were rolling an investigation on the
Yep.
the
7.
Okay.
I'm not the
Yeah,
smart
then.
one.
So with a 7, you don't notice a ton. You see that the ropes aren't cut. The nooses are still there, but
Oh.
ropes haven't been like slashed down. That's what you see. And he says, no, seriously, he's going to be worm food if you let him walk that way.
Mr. Craig, where are you going?
There's some
You're continuing, Craig?
birds. I'm
Craig.
continuing.
Oh.
Okay.
Craig,
We
if
gotta
you don't
look at
stop
these
right
birds.
now,
Craig continues down south.
Don't believe
How
that
far
sheriff.
away are the birds?
I
Why
will
are you
vortex warp
going?
your ass back here right now. Do not
he
make me use
says,
this spell.
he says, well, here, I guess we'll see what happens. Craig continues on, and he goes, look, I appreciate you offering the help. Y'all can do what you want. I need to get back to town and sort some things out. Just meet me there soon, and if you really want to help, try not to die in the next 10 minutes. And then he lights a cigar and starts walking back to town.
I go, don't you guys see how weird that sheriff is being about this area?
Why are you being so weird about the sheriff?
Maybe because it's dangerous, Mr. Craig.
Trust him.
For what reason?
Why don't you trust him?
Why
Craig's-
do
oh,
you
sorry,
guys
I'll be
trust
there.
him?
Well, he's kind of like an authority figure in the town, so it feels like we should maybe trust him.
He has a job.
Also, he seems like a fairly good person. Rue walks up to Craig and is like, leans in and whispers, "If you embarrass me in front of my people, I will embarrass you in front of yours."
I go, I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Okay. Interesting. Are you still proceeding south, Craig, or are you turning around to rejoin the group?
I'm proceeding south in hopes that people will follow me.
Mr. Craig,
Okay.
please come back. They're like having issues and we could just help them. I
I'll
don't
probably
need
understand
some
why you're leaving.
I'll probably need some help over here if anyone wants to
Doing
help
what?
me.
Derek, can I
Doing
set
what?
a distance in which I'm gonna like do something?
You can if you want. Yeah, I mean, Craig
Yeah.
appears to be going.
How far away is he currently from me?
If you're following him,
I am.
you
I'm
will
sorry.
have. If you're following him, Craig, are you just walking, or are you going to start sprinting away? You can continue to follow
just
him at a
walking.
walking pace. If he runs, if he decides to run, then he will quickly outrun you. But
If
you
I
will-
see him start running, I'm gonna vortex warp him so fast.
Okay.
I'm walking.
As you guys continue closer to the canyons, you see that it starts to canyon starts to split and rise higher and higher around you as you get closer, and as you get to the point where you would essentially be like fully surrounded on both sides, there are an assortment of buzzards that kind of flap away from you as you pass underfoot, and through the canyon as you're approaching, you suddenly hear it sounds like especially bouncing off of the walls of this canyon. It echoes loud in your ears as the sound reverberates. You hear it would be most equivalent to like a cicada sound, but like lower and louder. And as you hear that sound begin, you start to hear the volume increase exponentially as you start walking into the cavern, or into the canyon, rather.
Mr. Craig, I really don't think you should be going in there.
Yeah, I would like to actually get to talk to my grandma before we freaking die.
Why do we
Uh,
think that this is so dangerous? Because the sheriff
Because
told
he said
us.
so.
No,
Yes.
listen,
Craig,
He
Mr.
lives
Craig,
here.
I don't understand why we're just wandering around in a desert. There are drug dealers, there are people stealing people's limbs just
Criminals.
randomly in your dream. There's bandits down there's missing dead people. I don't understand why you think you're just wandering around.
Craig,
It
as you
smells
guys,
sour over here.
What?
It's sour.
it's sour. As you guys continue following Craig, Craig, make one more perception check for me.
One final perception check before you die.
That
Uh,
is a 19.
A 19. The cavern starts to twist, and so you don't have like a straight view for very long, or rather, after a certain distance, the canyons start to twist to where you just see red rock wall. But above the at the very end, before the canyons start to twist, you see, and you notice this only because you initially noticed the large amount of buzzards. It looks like a man riding horseback into the canyon. He was standing there and appears to have turned and gone into the canyon as you approached. And above him, you see that the buzzards are circling. He goes in the canyon.
You've yet
I
to convince me, Mr. Craig.
tell the
of this.
group, I say, I think I just saw a dead guy go into that canyon.
A dead
What do you
guy?
mean a
We're
dead
assuming
guy?
he's a dead guy?
Yeah, wait. How do you
Why
know he's
else
dead?
would
What did
buzzards
you
fly
actually
over
see?
him?
Was he
I
smelly?
saw a man, a very smelly man, go into a canyon. And yeah, it's pretty
Why are
convincing
we
right
going
there.
to follow it? Dude, I still have
Bro.
boggle juice all over me.
Bro,
What-
we're all boggled. And
yeah,
think
I
we
was
should go
gonna
home.
I'm pretty tapped right now, and I don't know how much help I'm gonna be if we get into something messy. Also, what time of day is it again? I'm sorry if you said this recently, but
It would be, let's see, you got into town like late afternoon. It would be it's probably like
5 o'clock.
5 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So like the sun is.
It's not quite setting yet.
Yeah, but it's like.
It's like out
Gotta get
here,
real low.
especially this time of year, that sun hangs in the sky for quite a while.
Yeah.
But it's it's mid-afternoon. It's about 5 o'clock.
What if we go and see if we can meet my grandma, and then maybe come back earlier in the day tomorrow, so we actually have the whole day to investigate down here and don't just go. We'll only have a couple hours of daylight left, and I don't want to be down here in the evening, especially if people are losing hands and potentially dead bodies are walking away.
Fine.
Huh. That worked.
Sure.
Nice.
Okay. Well, let's go back for now.
I turn around and run into the canyon. No, I'm just kidding.
Vortex work.
Okay.
As we're going, can somebody else look at this freaking thing? I can't see anything.
Habos, do you have any detect magics left?
Indeed, I do.
Or just
Well,
not a negative in investigation.
Well, here, let me just investigate first. See if we need anything
yeah.
further. That's actually the worst knowledge roll Habu's had.
Okay.
Sad.
That's a 7.
Oh,
I mean, a
7?
9.
A 9.
I get
you,
plus 7.
The 9.
Hmm.
You look under the gallows as they're on risers.
Gotta
And
check under. That's the secret.
you are looking around on the ground, and you notice like an odd divot in the sand, and lean down, get close to it, and it's like it's like a small disc in the sand that's kind of like hardened, and you look at it real close and you feel like you see like a seam.
I'm gonna poke it. Wait,
Okay.
hold on. I stand back.
A tarantula pops out and like this. There's a big ass hairy funnel web spider as you poke it, and it rears up Animal Crossing style, and it's facing off at you.
I prestidigitation a slightly larger spider in front of that spider.
Okay.
Oh.
That spider freezes for a second, and it's locked in a face off.
I have my spider begin to slowly rotate around that spider so that they're like.
Okay.
Kinda...
As that spider starts to rotate, the original one quickly, like slowly lowers back into the hole, and the top closes.
Yeah. Just a spider. Nothing to worry about.
Everything under control.
Everything, don't worry about it.
But with a 9, other than that, you don't get anything else on an investigation check other than this tarantula.
Well, yeah. Sorry, I didn't find nothing else.
Can I go try to take a look? I guess.
Well, did I?
Yeah, sure, if you want to. I mean, are you? I'll say like Nadezhda checked the top and the ropes already. Habu looked under it. Are you looking for anything in particular? Otherwise, at this point, I will say you have had 2 people look it over pretty well. So if you're looking for something in particular, then sure. Otherwise,
Footprints or something.
Yeah. Nah, that's okay.
Okay, sure. So you guys are heading back to town?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you head back into town, and the sun is starting to get a little lower. It appears that when you come back in, there is. Oh, let's see. Let's move you back in. You come back into town. You see that the sheriff is kind of talking with the banker. Most people have kind of gone back to going about their business, and with the exception of there's a robed man kind of standing around the body now as the sheriff kind of talks with the banker.
Okay.
yeah, you guys can go where you want. You can talk to more people if you want to go inside and try to see if you can get some rooms that aren't in disrepair.
Oh yeah, we probably
Then you can, which you already have rooms, I believe. But or did you guys get rooms
No,
actually?
No, we haven't
no,
yet.
we didn't.
All right. Yeah. Otherwise, you can still camp if you want to. But yeah, it's up to you if you want to talk to more people, if you want to go do something, or if you want to set up camp or get rooms and try to settle in for the night. That is your guys' call.
What do you guys think? Do you want to? I mean, I assume we probably wouldn't want to settle in until we for sure like. I would like to see if my grandma comes into town before we
Mhm.
go to sleep.
Sure.
Now.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
I guess we could go see if we could help. I actually, I kind of want to see if we can go look in the bank and see if the sheriff will let us do that.
Yeah, I would definitely be interested to look in there and like see a little more.
Yeah, see if we
Doing a
can
little investigation.
investigate. Yes.
Okay.
See, I'd also. Well, I guess for me, list of things that we could do: investigate the bank, find Bobby, and talk to him about who he sold his wings to. See if we can get a lead on that whole
yes,
situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the big ones, I guess.
I'm cool with talking to Bobby first if you want to do that. I know you mentioned wanting to do that earlier.
Well, if the sheriff's over here, it'll probably be easier to get into the bank now.
That's fair.
Okay. Yeah. You. Okay. Yeah. I mean, as you approach, the sheriff is talking to the banker. This gnome is actually steps back inside, and there's a robed gentleman who appears to be looking over the body as Sharp walks up and grabs it, and it looks like he was about to walk opposite to you guys with the body towards the church. And as you pass, he gives you a sign. He flashes 5 fingers, and then on both sides of his hands, you would recognize this as a blessing of the 10 gods, like kind of
Oh,
like a religious gesture of
Like a-
good faith.
or
Yeah.
one of these.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll do it back.
Okay, sure. You do it back as he's about to pass you, and he kind of looks back and says, "Don't I know you all?"
Nope.
Do we
No,
know him?
I don't mean to be
It's like I work
garish,
in the
but I've only seen might few Loxodons in my life. You're the lot who recovered our items some weeks ago. They were stolen, correct?
History check. Is
History
that
check.
me?
Sure, you can if you want.
Some weeks ago.
I rolled an 18 plus 7.
Okay, yeah. You vaguely remember this guy being at the Wet Beak when you guys had your own items stolen, and you had returned an amulet to him.
That's right. Yep.
Hey,
Hello,
buddy.
right? Yes. No. That's the.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're. I'm sorry. I don't remember your names. It's fine. You don't have to pretend to remember mine. It's really okay.
Cool. So,
All right.
I'm Habu.
Okay. Hello. I'm Deacon Gregor. Nice to meet you again.
Deacon Gregor.
Yes.
What are you doing out here?
Oh well. It seemed that the last priest in this town fell quite ill, and as well as our trusty Freya was making runs back and forth between here and Hillsborough, she let me know, and so I talked with the Church of Low Rule and decided to come out here to make sure that these people don't lose their good faith.
Pretty cool.
Yes, it is cool. That's right. Nothing cooler than the gods, I tell you.
Yep.
That's what the
Or-
kids need to learn nowadays.
Got the
The
kids
gods
out
are
here
cool.
at
They don't
God
think
Camp.
they are, but they are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyhow, anything
What
else?
are you doing here?
Yes, no, the last priest here was well, he is no longer here. Rest his heart. It appears that he didn't fare well after a raid on this town, and he eventually perished.
Oh.
So I'm his replacement, essentially.
How are you,
And you
liking it?
already got here?
Yes, no, I've been here for about not incredibly long. I'm fairly new to this town.
But like, did you come today?
No, I've been here for a while, like
Oh, I see. I
several
see.
weeks. Yeah.
So basically,
Understood.
he
So-
left. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine.
So he left like as soon as he got his items back. Like he talked to Freya basically, and then came here. Okay.
Pretty much.
That's
So
what we're.
he would
sussing out.
have been here since around the first time that you guys met.
Okay.
All right. Are you like? Well,
Sharp keeps carrying this body towards the church.
have you ever seen a dead body move all by itself?
Oh, that is a graphic image. No, I really haven't. That's not something they typically do. Hence the
I do an
the,
insight
the
check.
dead part. Yeah, you can.
I sniff him.
God,
Sniffing.
I'm rolling shit.
What'd you get for insight?
An unnatural 1.
An
Oh,
unnatural
no.
one. He's
Oh.
spitting facts. Dead bodies don't usually move. What'd you get for a sniff
Yeah.
check, Craig?
Oh. A 11.
An 11. Smells like old guy for sure. You think you get a little hint of dead body on this guy?
Hmm.
He was just next to a dead body, though.
Mhm. Was
I
the-
go, you haven't been hanging out with any walking dead bodies
Oh.
recently, have you?
Hello there. That sounds like terrible company. Can really don't need to sniff people without their permission. He takes a step back. No, I am tasked with handling such things in this town. Even scoundrels deserve to have some sort of send off into the afterlife. But
Well, what happens when they go missing? That seems rather unfortunate.
yes, the sheriff has alerted me to that peculiar situation. Grave robbers are not entirely uncommon in Hexus, although they're usually closer to Jurasilon, and usually they're in the graves first, with some kind of, treasure or the like. But
Yeah, usually grave
these are
robbers entail
strange times.
the items that the bodies have, not the actual bodies themselves.
That is correct. Although word says there have been some unusual folks about somewhere in the sands near here.
Hmm.
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 In any case, it was lovely meeting you all again. You're all going, It's lovely meeting you all again. If you need any if you wish to consort with the gods in any way, the church doors are always open, and mass is held every 10th day together. So please do join us. I should really help take care of that unfortunate fellow there. And he
What are you
continues
going to
follow.
do with him? Like, what are you going to put him? Because
Uh,
like people are
in-
just walking away when they're dead.
In the ground, ideally, although he'll have to be prepared first.
Sure.
Where do you
Let us know
him?
if you find anything like weird on him.
Certainly. Sure. He continues walking away.
What a freaking weirdo.
Yeah, I don't know about that guy. I know. Listen, I don't know. We helped him a
Wow,
couple
we're gonna
weeks ago.
trust the sheriff, but don't trust the priest. Okay, okay.
All we're
You
saying
said he
is
smells like dead people.
he does smell
Yeah,
like dead
well,
people.
the priest smells, or the sheriff smells like poop. So,
Yeah.
All I'm saying is it's very convenient that that guy appeared and then this weirdness started happening.
That's what I'm thinking. It's very weird and an odd coinkydink.
Also,
Quite the
religion makes
coinky
me uncomfortable, so I automatically assume he's up to no good. Anyways, should we go see if we can?
Wait. Did the sheriff leave?
No,
Oh,
he's
he's right
still talking with the banker there. You guys just kind of diverted your attention.
Fair.
Yeah. Let's look in the bank.
Um,
Let's see if we can get in the bank.
So the banker's seems stressed out, and he says, "Yes, Sheriff, I understand the security concerns, but I'm sure with Marshal Sharp, if he stays posted, he should be perfectly fine." Right. Oh, sir. Firstly, that door's locked. That door's also locked.
Mr. Craig. Mr. Craig.
And
I look
Sheriff,
for a window.
as you start scrambling around the building,
God.
the sheriff looks over and says, "Right.
I'm trying to catch him. He's slippery, Sheriff. Hold
Who the
on.
hell? This is active crime scene. Yep. No, you're scrambling after. Mr. Craig.
I look
I'm
at the
sorry,
sheriff.
he's just like gets the zoomies at the weirdest times.
See.
Did Craig and I get around the corner?
Sure.
And I'm
Yeah,
like
you can get around the
shaking
corner.
I go,
Yeah.
Mr. Craig,
I go, what?
so what's your plan on getting in this place?
Can
God
you give me some
damn it.
uppies into the window?
I will let
You
you
think
know.
uppies are all we're gonna need?
Probably.
Alright, what's up, Derek?
There's not really a quote unquote window in the vault. There's
Is that a window
actually
straight
it's
into the
actually-
vault?
Yeah, I know it's weird. It's actually just a solid brick wall.
What the hell? What kind of
Mm.
fucking
That's
bank is
weird.
this?
I walk around the corner and I just I follow them when I see that they haven't come back yet.
Okay.
Shit.
Sure.
Shit, somebody's coming, Mr. Craig.
I say, "Hey, the whole thing is we're trying to ask to get in. You don't need to break into the bank."
As
Oh,
I spin
God.
around, I try to block Mr. Craig with my large body.
I say, why do you think that sheriff's just gonna let us waltz into the bank without messing up the crime scene?
Because he asked us to help and now we're trying to help.
Mm-hmm.
Rue walks back and is
Okay.
mumbling something about oh my god.
Anyways, he says, you come back into the situation, and he's saying, "All right, I'm going to go finish the count, and hopefully, if things go well tomorrow, and the mayor's back soon with the payload, then things should go quite smoothly.
What?
I just need to make sure
Mr.
everything's in order."
Banker, so you just had somebody randomly teleport into the bank and steal shit from you, and you don't want us to come in and protect you, or just do a magic sweep? Because we got a guy who's really good at magic, and he could magic walls everywhere. No
I
one gets
see.
in, no one gets out. Very safe.
Yes, that's lovely. My name is Rightel, not Mr. Banker, who are you?
Go right out. Go right out.
Never met you before.
Go grease lightning, you
Sheriff
burn
says, yeah, they appear to be some of the plucky adventuring type newcomers, and
I like lean over
says,
to
yes,
Maverick and
I
I'm like,
thought as much.
mighty suspicious that he's not letting us look around inside the bank.
And Rydell says, so thank you for your adept lawmanship. Have you? Let me get this straight. You met these people today, correct? Right. I'm assuming before everything went to shit in town, and the sheriff says, that is correct. And Rydell says, right. So you may continue posted outside if you like. In fact, I would encourage you to do so. If you would ever like to see any real backup from Low Rule, I don't know about letting strangers to town investigate the inside of the bank. If you'd like to come take a look, you're more than welcome. That seems like what I would say. I would call that a bad idea, actually.
Well, I'm related to the mayor, so it's not like
Oh,
we're
my dad worked for
strangers.
Nintendo, so.
Hey, man,
My dad works for Nintendo. He's gonna ban you on the server.
I knew this
Sorry, keep
second
going.
I said that. I was like, somebody's gonna bully me for name dropping, so I almost
gosh.
didn't.
Uh,
You're not here. You're on the side of the building trying to climb into a window. That's probably barred from the
We
inside
turn around
and
the corner, we go,
outside.
ha ha ha.
Rydell says, oh, are you? That's interesting. So am I.
What?
Oh no. Oh shit.
What?
My
His
long
dad
lost
actually
brother.
works for
What?
Nintendo.
Yes, no, I'm her son.
Wait!
This is your uncle? Or your dad?
What?
Is this your dad?
Is this your dad?
No, it's not my dad. I don't.
Is this your uncle?
You're not my dad.
So wait,
Unky.
you're her son. Well, I guess that makes you my uncle.
He looks over to Sheriff Maverick and says, this woman has no idea who her family relations are. Clearly, I would speak to Mayor Leodon first.
Hey, can we see
I'm
some
not
proof?
related
your
to Mayor
paper?
Leodon. Thank you very much. That was, yes, I'm sure that was, I mean to pull a fast one on you there.
I mean, I don't
And
know.
then he
I don't
leans,
know what
he
she's been
leans,
doing.
These papers.
he
Fuck this guy.
leans over to the sheriff and says, the next time adventurers walk into town and start telling you stories, I'd maybe check a thing or two first. And he looks you up and
Hey,
down like,
maybe you trust
okay.
the guy who just saved the asses of the whole town and maybe don't tell him
Yeah.
what to do with his job. How about that?
He turns around to you and says,
I would kill this man.
You're not even here. You're around the corner of the building.
excuse me, miss.
I
am
got big
under
ears. I'm hearing this bullshit.
exorbitant
Big
amount of
ears.
stress. And essentially, the well-being of this entire town relies on me performing this transaction flawlessly tomorrow. So if you will, I'm going to do my job. He goes inside.
Wait, I peek out around the corner and see the banker walking inside.
Yes.
And try and signal to Rue and
Hold the door.
Nadezda to like keep him occupied.
Okay, he starts to go inside.
I fall over flat on my face. Oh, God!
Fuck.
You fall.
No!
You just fall.
Yeah.
What are you trying to
My-
do?
Oh, my boob. Oh, ew, I've been
What?
shot.
You're
Oh, my boob.
Your boob?
Nadezda, are you
Oh,
what?
God.
What are you? Are
Right
you
in the boob.
okay?
My
Oh,
Roll a performance check with disadvantage.
no. Why?
because you said, "Oh my
Because it's
boob."
bad.
That's why.
Why is that different than like my knee or anything else?
Because
it's a
you
body
can't-
part that can get injured.
You can have
Oh
like a
my
heart
God.
attack
Fucking
spontaneously, but what about a
sexist.
boob
Fucking
attack?
sexist. I
Your
said somebody
heart-
shot me. I said
your
somebody
heart
shot
was-
Oh,
me.
you got shot in the boob.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
what
I
no.
I said.
understand. I understand.
There was, there was also
No gunshot.
no sound of a gunshot. If you had made one with some sort of magical effect, we might be having a
That's what
different
the-
conversation. But
She
that's
just
not
goes-
what happened.
I mean, there are
Alright.
dead bodies
Oh,
Alright,
walking
fine.
away.
Fine.
Oh,
I rolled 14 both times. 18, motherfucker. My boob hurts.
18 performance check. He 18 performance check. Okay. Sheriff is skeptical, but definitely kneels down next to you and looks around. This guy heard no gunshot, but he is extremely skittish given what happened earlier, and kind of hides behind the sheriff as he leans down to check you out and says, are the ruffians back? And he says, "Get off of me, goddamn! Are you all? What do you mean you got shot? There wasn't no goddamn bullet around here."
Oh, maybe
He
it was an
tries to look you
invisible
over.
bullet. I don't know.
What's the plan,
Oh,
Mr. Krabs?
don't look at my.
Yeah.
She's fucking crazy, Maverick. Get the hell.
I-
Too close.
I don't.
Looking
What?
for boob.
Can we get the deacon back over here? I need a man of medicine. I can't deal with this.
I whisper to Habu and I go, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what if I turn into a giant badger and dig underneath the wall and into the vault?
Oh my god, not like a mouse or something to sneak in, but a badger to dig underneath.
A giant
Yes.
badger,
I-
actually.
Giant badger.
The biggest badger I can find.
Hold on, let me run some
We're gonna
calculations.
get
And I
banned
pretend to
from
think
this
for a moment.
town.
That could work.
Oh my god.
Oh, perfect.
I doubt they have any magical wards on the ground in this podunk of a town.
Oh, do you think? Could you like check? Can you like
Okay.
use like X-ray vision and like look for them or something?
I'll. Here's the deal, Mr. Craig. It's gonna take me 10 minutes to detect magic. I didn't prepare it this morning. I have it on ritual. Like
Oh
I
my
can do
God.
it, but we're gonna need a lot of time.
Oh no, I don't think the
Oh,
magician can
God.
do this
I
for that
don't
long.
think she can do that
It's
for
so
10
funny.
minutes. So we're gonna have to come up with something else, or we're just gonna have to wait.
I could just dig really fast.
Oh
I
my
mean, I am a
God.
giant. If I turn into a giant badger, I'll have big giant paws, right?
Big giant paws.
I mean,
Big meaty
Big
paws.
meaty paws. The sheriff says to you, Root, does she have a condition or what's? Ma'am,
if I'm
ma'am, I
being
don't
honest,
believe you were shot.
we haven't been together that long, but I mean, hey, I don't know, maybe this is just a thing that happens now and again. Is that
Hmm
what
okay.
happens?
I turn into a giant badger.
It feels
I
like
cast invisibility on Craig while he's a giant badger. He's a giant
Okay.
invisible badger.
Oh my god, no, we couldn't have done
Yes.
invisible separate. It has to be invisible giant badger.
invisible
Well,
badger.
this way he can dig in, but then they won't see like a badger.
No,
There'll
that's
just
giant
be a hole
just
that
we'll
appears.
just see dirt flying, and it will be
But then
totally
he can
normal.
back out, and they won't be like, there was a badger who in town could have
Okay.
turned into a badger. Oh, the druid. They can't make that connection then. It's just an invisible force of God.
Invisible badger.
it feels
Give
like
me
a cactus
second.
needle right in my boob. Oh
Go, Mr.
god.
Craig, go.
Rue is
A
losing
needle,
hope
that
on
is-
this plan
needle.
floundering.
Right
Shark can.
in my
Well,
I
Shark's
start
over
armorless
digging
by
as-
the-
bosom.
I dig very
He's over by
furiously.
the church. Here, 1 second.
I mold
Um,
earth behind him so that there's no hole on the outside.
Okay, you cover
Oh,
it back up as he goes.
You can dig back out. It's just
so
now no one gets
one-
suspicious.
1 second. So, first of all, Greg turns into a. That's not a badger.
goodness!
A giant worm. Craig turns
What work would that
into
be?
a. Save as. Drag this in. Drag
This is the best plan we've ever had, Craig.
I'm
Wrong
spiraling.
digging thing. Craig turns into Where the hell is this token?
Good thing Bunny
This is
wasn't
not
here,
one that
so
I
they
had
wouldn't have
prepared
majority
yet.
over us.
That's
Do you
true.
want
You
me to link you a badger?
This is chaos right now. No majority rules.
I
Okay.
hate it.
Now we will have a giant badger token from now on. It's
He's
not
so
that giant,
cute.
but it
He's
is, I believe, that big, correct? Or is it even that big? Giant badger.
I think they're
What
large.
size class is
No, they're
Medium
medium.
beast.
Medium beast.
That's right,
So it's like
because-
bigger than a regular badger.
Okay.
It's like a
well,
5-foot badger.
It's like a
That's-
Rottweiler-sized badger.
That makes me
Yeah.
feel better because when you said giant, I thought
Damn.
it was going to be 4 squares and it was going to be huge.
I was definitely
Saga could
No,
ride
just a
out
giant
one
for
because
a badger.
I was
Giant
definitely
Yeah.
for a
expecting like
badger.
the Avatar Last Airbender like
Yeah.
giant
Let me
like mole things.
be this. All right, let me give
This is
Craig
for the
control
best.
over
Send him
this badger. Save
I
settings.
wish I had some way to have like a little radar.
Craig goes
like,
up.
boop, boop, boop.
Kevin, can you control this badger?
Oh yeah.
Excellent. Okay, I'm gonna make you invisible.
Christ.
Uh,
There's a
I'm just gonna
hobgoblin
do
right here, isn't
that for now. There is a hobgoblin there. He's sitting right on the porch.
there?
How old is he?
Can he see us?
How old is he?
Well,
Is he
roll
looking
me.
my way?
If we kill
Well,
him, is it going to be a tragedy?
Both of you roll me a
Cannot
stealth check.
kill him.
Stealth check. I crit.
Now.
Oh,
I'm
Never
not
gonna
even-
get paid if we
my
fuck
God.
up too bad here.
Yeah.
Logan
can't see it,
disappears into the fucking.
Ugh,
Wait,
It's,
what?
It's like I crit disappears.
I crit on my stealth.
Wait, what are we
Okay.
critting for? What did you just do?
You said
A
stealth check.
stealth check.
Oh, okay.
Oh lord.
A stealth check.
Do you have disadvantage on
Uh,
stealth checks?
Craig, can
No,
you give
I
me a
have
stealth
minus
check as
one,
well?
but-
Logan, you crit, so I will respect the crit absolutely.
Thank
I just
you.
want
Am
to see
I
what Craig gets for
stealthing
his.
as a badger or?
Stealth is Craig first to stealth is Craig first.
Holy shit! I got an at 20. Oh my god!
No
Bro.
fucking.
I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit this whole time.
Yeah.
2 nat 20s
The
back
crit
to
game.
back.
Freaking.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, so this is gonna go a little differently than I thought it was.
Yeah.
There's an old hobgoblin sitting on a rocking chair outside. He does not even glance over
Yeah.
towards you guys. Craig, you see as you begin burrowing. Well, actually, that might be a little premature. So you start burrowing. You're completely stealthy. You get to under this building, and you hit a brick floor after digging up through the earth. Can I get a
Good. I thought about
What-
this, Mr. Craig.
what are you going to try to brute force through this, in which case I would need a badger athletics check. Otherwise, if you have a different solution, you can
Rick.
Connect as
Convince
you
the
will.
bricks to let you through.
I start
Persuade the
whispering
bricks.
sweet nothings into the bricks. No, just kidding.
you can do a perception check to maybe find a weak spot in the brick if it's good, and that would give you advantage on an athletics check to work through any cracks in the brick. Or if you have any
Yeah.
spells you would like to,
You can't cast
I guess you
spells.
can't
Don't
as
use
a
the spell.
badger. Yeah.
Well,
You
he,
can't use spells
if you have
for-
Unless I
anything
turn
else
back
that you
into
would like to
Craig.
use.
In this hole. The
If you
hole
hollow out
still
a
exists, right?
Craig-sized hole, you can turn back into Craig under
he's
the
gonna.
bank.
Oh, I forget that I'm not really that big.
Or well, no,
Um,
you're a giant badger, so you're about Craig-sized
Yeah.
as a badger.
Okay.
So that's actually
Um,
fair.
Craig's gonna fucking.
Damn, if only I
suffocate in here.
didn't. I could use Cash's form again and just go through the floor if there's a little hole.
Yeah, you could.
It's brick.
Would he
Okay.
he'd still be invisible then too, right?
He's currently invisible
So yeah, but
regardless
if
of his form.
if
Yes.
he gaseous form, then he would be invisible.
Okay, I look for a small,
God damn
any
it.
kind of hole or a little gap in the floor.
Okay, give me an investigation
Please
check, Craig.
perceive.
Are
I mean,
An
investigation.
investigation
Bad.
check?
bricks porous? Porous are bricks are porous. Just saying. I googled it.
Forest
I
are
googled
bricks.
it.
I googled it.
Just so you know.
So
I mean,
it's
like,
not
Google
as soon as
says.
the brick building does
pumice.
the building
No, it's
start
like
leaking.
pumice. It's
It's
pumice.
not pumice
It's
stone.
pumice.
It's a brick.
No,
It's
it's definitely
pumice.
pumice.
Oh, actually, on
How
gaseous
old is
form, it
this
says can go through bricks.
I
don't think that's
told
true.
you. I freaking told you.
I'm just kidding. Okay, I got a
Boo.
14
Okay.
for an investigation check.
That's pretty good.
14. Sure. This is a pretty old building, and you can find a cracked brick
This is
under
so
the spot
fucked up.
where you get in.
Perfect.
How are you gonna get out?
Yeah, so
Invisibly.
you're still in, currently you're still in badger form. If you would like to try to brute force as a badger, you can. If you'd like to turn back into Craig and do something, you can.
Hmm. I mean, the banker. Oh wait, shit! Isn't that like gnome guy still in this building though? If I just bust in as a giant
He
badger.
won't
That's
suspect
why you
the
should-
gas.
I
Do
think
the
you should
gaseous form.
do gaseous form.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
such
I'll,
a good idea.
And then just stay in it to look around.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, I need to check if I can even do this again. Oh, I had 2 spell slots. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Blah blah blah. I'm just double checking to see how.
You can't be a badger anymore though, if you do that.
You can say, if you'd like, you
Right,
can say
right.
that was your mask wild shape.
Oh, can I do that?
Or- yeah.
That'd be great.
Wow.
Okay. I will do that. I will not be a badger anymore. Turn into Craig and gaseous form through this crack in the brick.
Okay, you cast
Invisibly.
gaseous form under the bank, and you are able to invisibly enter into this vault.
It's a good thing we didn't look
so-
above ground for any cracks in the brick. We had
Yeah, no,
definitely
God
went up.
forbid, that would be silly. So, inside. Oh no!
Oh,
Oh,
my
Jesus, the
God!
flo- Somebody look!
The ground
look!
falls out
It's
beneath us.
naked.
We're clipping.
We're
through the ground.
clipping.
Clipping.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ. Holy hell. Okay. So wait, that's why. There we go. Okay. So, Craig, you are able to enter the vault in gaseous form. You come up at first in like a basement area, and above you you see a hatch. But in your current basement area, you look around and you see gold bars stacked in rows, as well as several closed chests as well. But you see shelves containing. It's not the entire room, mind you. It is maybe like one wall has like shelving with gold bars that are stacked in rows, and then you see a few large chests that appear to be being prepared. Most of this gold, I'll say there are enough chests out to put in most of the gold down here. And you also see another chest that is open, that contains roughly if you take the time to count them, you would find 28 diamonds in that chest.
Ooh, we could use some diamonons.
We're not.
Don't
God.
steal. Please
Alright.
don't
I don't think
steal.
I could if I tried
I
to
can't
gaseous
advise.
form.
Yeah, that's true.
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 Oh, I
God.
suppose
You don't
that's.
have hands.
I didn't even consider that.
You don't
Thank
have
God.
thieving hands in gaseous
God.
form. That would be
Okay.
so sad. After the sheriff is like, yeah, this town isn't doing well at all, Craig's like, too bad.
All for me.
Yeah, you do notice that the the amount of gold is it's a bank vault, so and like it's probably more gold than in one. It's more than gold in one place than you've seen in a long time, if ever. But at the same time, for like a bank, it's like less than you would expect.
Okay.
But yeah, there's about like 5 big chests that are like it appears that these gold bars were being loaded in, and then the one chest with the diamonds.
Okay.
And then if there's, I'll say there was an additional crack above you, that if you are to gaseous form through, you come into this upper area where there are a few more chests, a lot of documents, and then shelves with drawers that are labeled with people's names.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything? I look for the mayor's name.
You look for the mayor's name. There is a drawer that says Ray Leodon on it.
Okay. Is it closed, I assume?
These drawers are closed for the most part. There are a couple shelves with like tubes that would contain documents that are accessible, but most everything is closed.
Is there a keyhole on the drawers that I can just slither on into those drawers?
Yes. There's a key on the drawers. Now, while this is going on, I need an additional performance check with disadvantage, please. As this
Why?
continues.
Why?
It's not getting more convincing.
Maverick says, "I'm just gonna go.
There's a
I'm gonna
cactus
go
needle in my boob.
I'm gonna go get the doctor. I don't think. I mean, Sharp is known to sling a needle or two, but he appears to be preoccupied. So that may be something
Sling a
else.
needle.
I'm just gonna go get. I'm gonna go get the doctor." And the Rydell stands back up and says, "Yes, that's. I'm sure you'll be in good hands." He starts to walk back inside.
Okay, hold on. Shit. It's a 10.
Yeah, no, he's going inside.
Shit.
All right.
Kill him.
No.
Murder.
Well, the sheriff starts to go walk to get the get Deacon Gregor and the
Only the door didn't work all of a sudden.
only the door didn't work. Oh no, I keep pulling the fucking whole joint around. Okay, 1 second. All right. Keep sending roofs to the wrong layer. There we go. Okay. But yes, inside, Rydell walks in. Craig, you hear. Well, I don't know if you would hear through the bank vault necessarily. In a drawer in a brick room. So, but in any case, yes, Rydell walks in. He looks at some papers and starts to talk to his associate, the gnome. Craig, inside this drawer, you find there's a pouch that you would assume contains a certain amount of money. There's also an ornate ring that appears to have like It's almost like a clear, like almost like a resin top, almost like a resin ring that appears to be made out of wood with some gold like inlays on it.
Okay. Well, I can't touch anything or move
Okay.
anything around, so I leave the drawer.
Okay, you leave the drawer. As you leave the drawer, you hear tumblers spinning
I go
as
check it out.
the vault door opens, swings open,
I
and
panic.
these two men walk in. Okay, you panic.
I realize.
Um,
I then realize that I'm still in gaseous form.
yeah, you are also invisible and in gaseous
Alright.
form,
Oh my god, I
so you
forgot
are
about that. I was like,
gaseously
shit.
invisible.
Nice.
And you're very extremely difficult to perceive right now.
Good.
The sheriff has gone to get the doctor.
I hide on the ceiling.
Okay,
I
you hide on the
float
ceiling.
into the ceiling or up to the ceiling.
Okay, you float up to the ceiling, and the two men walk in. Radell holding the sack that the person who made off had been carrying, with around it's not a light sack, mind you. It had around like 10 or so gold bars in there. And he's not an incredibly strong looking man, so he's kind of doing his best. And they go over to the hatch after locking the well, I'll say he goes over to the hatch, and the gnome kind of hops up and goes to lock the vault behind them. And Redell says, "I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I'm quite shaken. I never thought. I mean, I know we've had our incidents, but the sheriff's always kept things safe. At least I never thought something like this would make it into my bank. I'd have a responsibility to these people." And the gnome says, "Don't worry, sir. We're all dealt with the circumstances we're dealt with, and people know you're doing your best. And not he didn't get away with anything. I mean, you have what he was running off with right there." And Redell says, "Yes, I suppose that's true. At least that we know of. We should really continue the count and make sure everything's in order. If anything, we may have to restart." And they open up the hatch and climb down on the bottom and start sorting gold bars.
I like follow them down there. Are they like continuing to talk, or are they just like silently sorting bars?
Yeah, they're talking a bit. Redell says, "I don't know, Rit. It seems like old sheriff might not be as well. I know he's a victim of circumstance, the hand and all, but it's not encouraging. These kind of things happening around here." And the gnome says, "Oh, chef's doing his best." They continue to count, and as they're taking the uh, the last of the gold bars, Rydell, like loading them into that chest, Rydell kind of like gets a quizzical look on his face, and he's like, "No, we should count again." And Gnome says, "Something wrong, sir?" And he says, we should count again." And he starts emptying out the chests and then preparing a recount.
Interesting.
At this point, if you're still laying in the street, the sheriff has returned with with the priest saying, "Yeah, I don't know. She just went down right in front of the bank. I think she needs medical attention. She might be hallucinating."
I'm just like
the-
back standing up and staring at the door, like, where the fuck did they go? What?
Are you, Miss Nadej? Are you all right? You seem the priest here can have a look at you. He says,
No,
"Yes.
I'm
What
fine.
seems to ail you, my dear?"
Oh, I'm fine.
It passed. You were right. It must have been an ailment that just overcomes you, and then you work past it. You know how it is.
It passed.
Hmm. Sure. Well, I'm glad to hear you're not in distress. If you feel peculiar,
Stress.
you should make sure to get some rest, or do come see me if anything overtakes you again.
It seemed
Sure,
like just
yeah.
a
Are you
Charlie
feeling
horse.
okay? Maverick, are you feeling okay?
Maverick says, "No, I'm great.
Okay.
I wasn't the one flopping around like a trout in a skillet in the middle of the street."
Trout joke.
I don't know what you mean.
How long were
That's
y'all
just
on
like-
the road again?
Many days. Many
You-
days.
Many
Yeah.
days.
I am partial to whiskey,
Much
but I would
time.
encourage, on occasion, some water.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Thank you so much, Sheriff. I think that you're right. I think that we are dehydrated, and I think that we should go try
Make
to
you
find
cramp
some.
up, hallucinate.
Yeah. I mean,
Not
that explains
ugly
the
stuff.
pain. It probably was like a Charlie
Mhm.
horse due to dehydration. I totally agree.
Sure. So at this point, performance checks are over. Can one of you make a deception check for me, please?
I'll do it.
Oh, okay.
Or do you want to help?
I can help. Sure.
You can give a help action if you want.
Okay. That was an 18 with help.
18. Okay. The the sheriff definitely is maybe reevaluating his initial
With
reading
an
on you, but he'll
18?
buy it for he's you guys are acting weird,
You're acting
and so
weird.
he doesn't think that you're like, you haven't given him a deliberate, like, explicit red flag to be like suspicious of you or something. He thinks you are weirdos, which is fair. And the
I don't know what you're talking about.
priest just says, "Okay, I guess I'll just walk back to church where I just was."
Thank you so much
here
for coming over
again.
to check. We really appreciate it.
Yep, nope, that's any time, anytime. He goes back to the church and he says, "Well, seeing as I'm gonna have a hard time drinking at the bar in there if it's destroyed, I think I'm just gonna hey, Sharp." He whistles at the cactus, and it walks over and takes post in front of the bank and says, "You hold tight right there. I'm gonna go ahead and help old Cassius clean up." And he goes inside of the Longhorn Saloon.
Okay.
Is there a drawer with the sheriff's name on it?
Yeah, there would be a drawer with the sheriff's name on it.
Can I just peek inside that drawer?
Okay. Yeah. Inside that drawer, you find another pouch that is not as full as the mayor's, and let's see, there would be an additional lockbox in the drawer, and an old star pin similar to the one that he wears currently, although this one appears to be rusted and significantly older.
Hmm. Okay. Wait, can I get in that lockbox?
I'm gonna say make a. This has a
Squeeze
hole in
check.
it. You're now in. You're kind of squeezing pretty tight here. Make a. What kind of check would this even be?
Squeeze
A
check.
Dex.
A Constitution check.
Con. Dex.
Oh my god, I swear to God, I got a nat 20.
What the fuck, dude? Okay. Inside that lockbox, you see inside that lockbox, this box has a gun in it. Yeah, this box has a gun in it that appears to be like pretty ornate. And though it is covered in a distinct layer of dust, it appears he hasn't popped this open in quite a while.
Okay.
I wonder who the sheriff was before him.
True. Well, was the name on the drawer like for the sheriff's name, or was it just like sheriff?
It was
Well-
yes, Maverick Rustbelt was the name on the drawer.
I was just wondering where he got the like rusted one.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, one last check. Is there a drawer with the priest's name on it?
There is. There's a not a lot of overlap on names here, and you find a drawer that is labeled Gregor, and inside this drawer, there is very little gold actually, but all that's in here is money.
Okay. All right, I'll float on out of the drawers. I guess can I float into like the main area?
Yeah, I would say
Or is the vault door like airtight?
yeah, I mean the vault door is definitely pretty
Got a little rubber
sealed.
seal.
Yeah. I will say you'd also will notice on the vault door, there appears to be a glyph on it that would enact some sort of you would intuit to probably trigger some sort of alarm if someone were to be in here when they weren't supposed to be. Fortunately for you, that glyph was already triggered today.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
And has not yet been reset. So
Well, that's good to know.
but that said, the main area is pretty it's sealed pretty tight from this wall and the vault that's currently closed.
Okay. Well, how long does it look
I don't
like?
know. I guess if it's brick, you can make an additional investigation check if you want to go in that way
Okay.
for a different crack in that wall.
I got a 13.
A 13, not so much.
How long does it look like these gold bar counters are gonna take?
They look like they're going to be in here for a while. They are now emptying out the chests that they appear to have already filled
Great.
to recount the whole deal.
Well. Okay.
I suppose you're not Invisible Badger anymore. You're Invisible Gas, Craig. So that's there's that.
Oh, back. Okay. Well, let's see. I will just be. Is there anything else in this room, I guess, besides the drawers of shit or the drawers of people's names and the weird gold bars? Does anything look weirdly suspicious or anything?
You see that on one side of the wall here, there appears to be a circle of oily residue. That's certainly out of place.
Circle of oily residue.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if that's where the portal was gonna be made. I sniff the oily residue.
Okay. Yeah, it smells like boggle oil.
Ah!
He's done it.
Okay.
A
Wow.
genius.
Good job.
The master investigator.
He solved the puzzle.
And as you're all standing there, you hear well, actually redacted. Craig, would you like to do anything else in this vault?
Hear what?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, I guess I'll probably just go back through the hole that I came in from.
Cool. You go back out the hole. You eventually hit kind of a mound of dirt that is still loose enough that you can scoot through it. But it appeared that Habu had covered your tracks, and Habu, you feel a chill up your spine as a craggy breeze goes
Craggy
beside your ankle.
Wait, can I sneak around and go to the main room now? Can I sneak through the doors, or are they airtight
You can
too?
probably go through the doors, yeah. Yeah, this looks like a humble but pretty standard banking office. There's some stacks of coins on the back. There are various ledgers and a couple spots for employees to confer with patrons. And then there's this like hip level swinging door on the side where if you were authorized to do so, you could come in from the front and go to the back.
Okay. Is there any actually? Oh shit! I can't do anything, can I?
Yeah.
If you want to get out of Gash's form, you could.
You'll get swamped by the cactus man on your way out, probably, though.
There are windows on the back, right?
Yep.
Okay. There's no like suspicious notes of like weird
Like I'm so glad
collusion.
we plotted to destroy the town
I
by
love
Yeah.
my new
picking
cult.
this robbery.
Yeah.
Gee whiz,
Welcome
my
to the cult
is
booklet
called
pamphlet.
invitation meeting
Yeah.
meeting on Thursdays. Yeah, no, you don't see necessarily anything like that
Okay.
sitting out on the floor.
Wait, I'm still invisible though, right? If I get out of gaseous form?
Correct, yes.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
Okay.
That's true.
All right. Wait. Would I be able to fit through these windows as Craig?
Yeah, Craig's a pretty slight guy.
Okay.
You kind of need to like boost yourself up. It's probably a little easier getting out from one of these windows than it would have been to like crawl in from the outside. They're pretty small too, but
Okay.
You could probably do it with an acrobatics check.
All right. I would like to unlock this window actually,
Okay, you unlock it
and
from the inside.
then I'm also getting out of Gash's form. Yeah, obviously.
Okay,
Unlock it and then
young gas.
crawl out.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check or stealth, I guess, or just give me a stealth check with advantage. You're invisible. This is just make sure that you don't like break a window pane that's on your way out.
Stealth. I got a 19.
A 19. Yeah, no, you slip out just fine, and you manage to slink the window down behind you. To your knowledge, the only indication that you were ever in there would be that window is now unlocked. But
Ooh.
other than that, you're an invisible boy who has made his way through the bank.
Nope. All right. I walk around. Oh wait, I
Okay.
guess I'm invisible still.
Yeah.
I go over to Habu invisibly and start tickling his neck.
Abu, you feel a sensation. Little claws. Little claws. Tiny, but not hard pressure.
Okay, and then I hop out of hop out of invisibility. I guess. Can I even choose to do that?
I don't know if you can.
I don't.
Guess
I
I
think
didn't
it's a
Abu,
Habu
you-
thing.
I
You-
can stop
you-
concentrating on it.
You feel
I
a
can,
presence.
I
next to
can
you.
talk
go,
to him
"Who's
though,
there?"
right?
Yeah, you can talk.
Yeah, I go. Oh, it's me.
I forgot I can talk.
Oh,
I didn't find anything, but I did unlock a window. If we want to go back in.
all right. Good work, Mr. Craig. And I stop concentrating.
What do you mean you didn't
On
find
invisibility.
anything?
Well, I didn't really find it. I mean, okay, so the banker guy was like still pretty weird about like recounting shit. But basically, I described to him everything that Derek said. The banker guy was weird about it, and there were some drawers of shit. But yeah, no cultish stuff to be seen.
Damning evidence in any.
Yeah. There was an
Laying
oily
out on the
circle
table.
though. Oily circle portal thing.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna walk back over to these guys.
Okay. Yeah, at this point, you guys have been hanging around for a little while. Yeah, the sun's starting to get a little lower.
Before we continue,
You
can we take a break real quick? Would this be a
That's a
good
great
spot?
idea, yeah.
Cool.
Are we able to wrap it up by like 10 tonight?
I think
Or
that's,
at my time, I guess.
yeah, totally.
Okay.
I'm muted. That's what the problem is. I just was
Excellent.
I was like, we're back, and then nobody said anything, and I was like, okay,
Nothing.
never mind.
Not interested. Thank you.
And then I
Okay.
was like, wait, my audio's
want
not
that.
doing anything.
Thanks, but
It's
no
me.
thanks. We're
I'm
good.
the muted one. Cool.
I'm to be a thief. Okay. Well, you see Craig comes back up to confer with you ladies. Is Habu hanging out, or will he rejoin the group as
No,
well?
I will be rejoining, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Greg rejoins you and gives you the lowdown of what he heard and found in the bank. Your
Wait,
time is still, huh?
He tells us everything?
Yeah.
Sun's getting lower. Your time is still yours. If you would like to talk to anyone else in town.
Do we want to go talk to that fairy?
Yeah. Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who's gonna be a bad
See if
cop?
we can find a Bobby.
Why don't we just
Wait,
like
are
go
they
with them?
gone?
Oh, it's been a few hours.
They used to be right here.
I'll check
I
inside.
start
Where'd they
sniffing
go?
around.
Are they in there?
You look inside. There's folks cleaning up in the Bighorn Saloon. You don't see them anywhere, just peeking in. Especially since it's so messy and they're quite small. But you peek inside the Bighorn Saloon and you don't see him in there.
Alright, they're not in
Shoot.
there.
I track them.
You can try, yeah. Roll a survival check. You go over where you saw them last and see a bit of pixie dust in the hay.
Dude, what the fuck?
Your dice
Get a
broke,
one finally.
grumbled.
I'm re-rolling this. Okay, that's more realistic. Why
Why did you get a nat 20?
Yes.
Oh, it's a Maddie. Wait, if you rolled a nat 20, then you rolled a nat 20, dude.
I mean, I rolled a nat 20.
Don't cock
What
block
the
yourself.
fuck?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's actually pretty
Ugh.
bonkers. Yeah, Craig, you continue your sniffing. As you sniff this pixie dust, you actually get a little kick.
Oh,
But,
right.
and in any case, you follow this trail around the back of the Longhorn Saloon in kind of a wobbly motion, eventually coming back to the shantied area at the north of town. And around the fire, you do see, along with a couple other folks, getting a fire started in a small tent, or near a small tent, rather. The two pixies that you saw earlier are hanging out with a few Eladrin and a person who appears to be a rabbit folk.
Wholesome.
But yeah, they sit there as you approach. You get a smell of some dinner being prepared on the wind as someone kind of stokes the fire, and you see a skillet kind of crackling over it as the sun kind of starts to lower above the tops of the canyons around you.
Okay, well, I don't want to talk to these people, so I go back to the group.
Okay.
I say, oh yeah, they're over there. And point towards the camp.
Great.
Okay.
Let's go have a chat.
Sure. Yeah, you see they're all passing around a small flask of something that appears to be, by their reactions to it, pretty strong. And the fairies are slurring their words. telling the story of what occurred earlier to these Eladrin here. It was crazy. You should have seen the place. I mean, it was. We were sitting there, and all of a sudden, it was everywhere. It looks like this guy when a lady talks to him. You know what I'm saying? And they just kind of like, that's great, bud. I think they get the vibe that they may not be the favorite people at the party.
Well, we like approach a little more.
Sure. They as you approach, the winter looking Ladrin there sees you approaching and says, "How's it, stranger?" She kind of leans back and she moves her hand to her side, looking up at you.
Hi. We just wanted to ask your smaller friends a couple questions.
Are you Deputy Dusty number 2?
Deputy Dusty number 2? No.
I mean, you come around and ask, like, you want to ask a couple questions. That sounded like a very law enforcement type statement.
No, we're just curious. We're not
no,
cops.
fuck the cops, man.
Not cops.
We're just like some curious bystanders. We wandered into town, and then suddenly we were caught in like a big oil thing, and we just wanted to check on our guy there because he was in the mess, and we just wanted to make sure he was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they were just talking about that.
Yeah,
a
we
lot.
heard. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure. Bobby, why don't you like let these people drink, and we can like go chat over here for a second.
What's that? I don't. Oh, it's you guys. I remember you. Hey, it's this guy over here. He points past you to Craig. I remember him. Yeah, no, these guys definitely are cops for sure. This guy roasted the shit out of Maverick at the bar. You should have seen his face, dude. What's going on? You guys want a little something, huh? A little nip, something else?
A little conversation about like what happened. Make sure you're okay. Just wonder if you want to come hang out with us for a little bit. You seem like a cool guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, you guys can hang out here for a minute if you want.
Well, I wouldn't want to like impose myself on your friends. They seem like they're kind of doing their own thing, you know.
They say, I mean, it's fine. Just, don't tear nothing up. They kind of scoot over and make room around the space for you.
I look at Nadezhda and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, great. Thanks. So,
the rabbit is eating what essentially is baked beans out of a dented pan, and you see it dribbling down the front of his face. How's it going?
Great. Good.
You want some?
Is it good?
Is it good?
No, not really.
I'm good then, thank you.
All right.
Right. So, Bobby, how's it going, man? You seem like you're in a good mood.
Oh, I'm always in a great mood, honey. He kind of struts over to you and leans on your leg. What kind of mood are you in?
Oh, I'm kind of like new to these parts, so I'm just like figuring people out, trying to like learn people's stories, What's your deal?
Sure. Oh, you know, Bobby's been all over these parts. I try not to stay too tied down, you know? Kind of a free spirit.
How is the energy of
That's-
the other fairy? She's more chill, right?
Uh,
Or not really?
a little bit. She's she's kind of just lounged back. She's smoking a very small cigarette.
Cool.
She says, going on, sweetheart?
I'm just like, hey, what's up? Are you doing okay?
She drags the cigarette, says, well, it's gonna take me about a week to get all that shit out of my hair, but other than that, no worse than any other day in this shithole country.
If you hate it so much out here, why are you out here?
Well, not many people are out here by choice, are they? Ashes her cigarette.
I guess that's fair.
So, Bobby, I couldn't help but notice, and sorry if this is rude. I really I'm just so curious about you. You seem so intriguing. Don't most of your species have like wings?
He looks at you for a second and goes, oh yeah, no, I mean, a lot of us do, but I think that it's you know, more refined for a man to walk on his front 2 feet. On his 2
Oh,
feet. I didn't really need him anymore.
Sure. I mean, you look so like svelte. You know, like with sometimes people with wings, like they just, they're not using their legs. Their legs kind of get out of shape, and
Yeah, I mean,
and
I'm pretty toned. He shows his little, his tiny calf.
it's great, really good.
Got a great deal on the trade-in.
You traded them in. Is that a thing people can do?
If you got him.
Oh, who do you trade them into?
Well, you don't, you're not hiding any wings behind that nice coat there, are you, Toots?
No,
Why
I'm
are you
not.
asking?
It just seems like an odd thing to be able to trade in a body part, I guess. Just interested.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, I guess we all got our own business, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I didn't mean to be rude or anything. I was
Mhm.
genuinely just curious.
Yeah. And be careful being curious around here.
Are questions illegal?
Oh my god.
Oh no, just the opposite. There's well, the sheriff likes to pretend, but there's not actually a lot of laws out here.
Oh. So I can ask questions, but I shouldn't.
It depends
For
how you want your days to
reasons.
go.
Preferably good, you know, everything happy, getting the money that I am owed, those kind of things, you know.
Yeah.
What's the harm in just chatting around a fire and getting to know one another?
Oh no. No harm in that at all. I just say that when people are real concerned with other people's business, tends to make people a little tense.
That's fair. Sorry to make things tense.
No sweat, doll face. For you, let it slide.
Much obliged.
I lean over to him and I'm like, don't mind these sticklers. They're just asking nosy questions.
Yeah, she remember their uptight bunch, huh?
Seriously. But hey, could I ask you a favor?
What kind of favor?
I've got a friend.
Hmm.
He's he's your kind
Sure.
back home, and he's in a tight spot. Needs some extra cash if you catch my drift.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Nowhere I could send him.
Interesting. Tell you what, you seem pretty cool. Why don't you tell your guy, tell him to come meet me. Tell him to come meet me out behind the Bighorn in 2 days, and I might have somebody coming into town I could have come up with, huh?
Perfect. Diggs, great.
And where's this buddy of yours?
He is. Let me just check a map real quick here.
Takes out a map.
Where's your friend?
No,
Oh,
just
I'm
on the road.
He's actually a little bit out of town. He's
Just leave it
from
at
what's the town where we like? Where's like the wet beak?
Hillsboro.
He's from Hillsboro.
Oh, sure. That's might take him more than a couple days to get here from Hillsboro, but
Well, he's like from there.
oh,
He's
okay,
not like
sure.
there currently.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I'll probably want to like meet him first, make sure he's cool. I mean, no offense, you seem on the
No,
level,
that's
but
cool.
some of your other pals are a little. I don't want to be judgmental, a little uptight.
Oh, I know. Believe me.
Hate it here.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine, and makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I mean, you tell you what, you bring him around here, introduce him to me, and I might be able to help him out. I mean, we all like making a little money, right?
Right. Are you just living out here? Or are you just
Oh
like,
yeah,
should
I
I
mean,
send him out here if he gets here
you know,
early or something?
for now, like that's our digs over here. He points, and you see this very small tent over here. But that's more temporary. I've recently come into a pretty large influx of cash, so I think we'll be upgrading real soon.
Well, perfect. Sounds good. I'll send him here when he shows up.
What was your name again?
Craig.
Good to meet you, Craig. It's nice to have like-minded folk around town.
Yep. Agreed. What's your name again?
It's Bobby. Bobby Sparkles.
I don't laugh. I don't laugh in real life.
Just laughs in his face.
Nice to meet you, Bobby.
As you all sit around the fire, Rue, can you make an insight check for me?
Sure I can. My favorite inside checks.
Or history, if you prefer.
I do prefer.
Okay.
21.
21? Okay, yeah, sure. You guys are hanging around. It's now like past dinner time. These folks are eating, and the sun is kind of setting. And you just recall that Dusty said that the mayor was supposed to be back today, and you haven't seen anyone coming to town yet.
Yeah, no, I was thinking that too. I remembered that when the sheriff said something about like, or somebody said something like, "Oh, the mayor will be back tomorrow now." So
Yeah.
can I guess I don't know who I would talk to. I guess I could go see if Dusty. Yeah, I'll see if I can find Dusty quick.
Okay.
I
Sure.
just tell the group I'll be right back.
You just say be right back.
Yep. I say okay, fine. I say I'm gonna go talk to Dusty and see where Ray is at.
Okay.
Okay.
Beep, beep, deep, deep.
Sure.
You guys can come if you want. I just either way.
I come along
Okay.
and I explain to Rue. Well, I don't know. Could they hear that whole conversation that I had with Billy Sparkles?
Bobby.
Bobby.
I would say, yeah, for the most part, y'all were talking pretty openly. He might have like kept his voice down a little bit, but yeah, you were all close enough to know what they were talking about.
Okay. I talk to Rue and I go, so do you think any of us have any way of like, I don't know, impersonating a pixie somehow?
I look at Craig and I'm like, didn't Nadezhda at some point turn into a small boy?
Oh yeah.
I don't know how much that translates to a fairy, but that might be something.
Perfect. Good plan.
Mm-hmm. Also, do you have anything up your sleeve that could do something like that? I know you
Me?
do animals, but can you do people? In some fashion?
I don't think so.
What
I
size
don't know,
class is
can I?
Dusty?
I'm sorry. What size class is Dusty? He's small.
Oh,
Hmm.
of course he is.
Who's Dusty?
Oh my
Wait,
god.
what?
He's the sweet
Illegal.
little
Illegal.
owl boy that we...
As you
Oh right.
look out or as you start coming towards the city hall, you see Dusty outside. Dusty is actually outside, and he's kind of looking like he's looking around. Oh hi, howdy. How's it going?
Hi, it's going okay. What happened at the saloon up there today is pretty crazy, but
Yeah. No, it's a good thing Sheriff Maverick was there. It might have got real bad, huh? And you guys were there too, right?
Rue squints her eyes and she's like, "Yeah, we were there. It is a great thing that the sheriff was there to save the day."
Oh. Yeah, he's pretty cool.
So, what you up to? Is Ray back yet? I overheard somebody say she wasn't gonna be back till tomorrow now.
Yeah, no, she's not. Well, no, I think she was supposed to today, but I haven't seen her yet.
It's getting dark. Is anybody concerned about that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe we should talk to Maverick.
I mean, yeah, I feel like that might be a good idea. Were you thinking about doing that, or?
I mean, yeah, I just didn't want. This is my post. I was told to watch the. I guess I could lock it. Just.
Do you want me to go talk to the sheriff?
Well, no. I mean, I could come with. I won't.
Do you want me to
You won't tell the mayor that I left, will you?
Do you want me to watch the building while you go do that? Me and my friend here. Gestures to.
I think it was supposed to be
I am there.
me who was in charge.
Listen, you're
So I don't know if that's a good idea.
I go, look, Dusty, if some emergency happened right now, what would you do?
I would fend off any intruders, and
Yep.
stand my guard.
Mhm.
Okay, if there
Like
was an
a good man.
emergency right over there, and I point towards, I don't know, the blacksmith, would
Uh-huh.
you stay here to stand your post, or would you go do something?
Well, I would go do something, but there's not an emergency over there.
Hmm.
He did discard.
Dead parents.
I mean, the sheriff spends a lot of time at the bar, so if you guys didn't want to go get him, maybe that would be a good idea. Cause I probably should.
Isn't the
It's getting
bar
late. My bedtime's pretty soon.
the bar is
Oh,
the
this
bar
guy's
is
bedtime.
yeah, interesting. Okay, well, I guess we can go check out the bar, but wasn't it okay? Wasn't it kind of exploded today?
Yeah, I mean,
Wasn't that the whole thing? Do you
I think he was helping clean up.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll be back then. We go.
Okay,
I
sure.
guess,
All
to-
right, you guys are soon. Leave you back soon.
What?
All right.
Yep. We'll be back soon.
Okay.
Okay, we go inside of the.
Okay.
We're just trying to find the sheriff to. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you guys
Wait, we
go
poked
in.
her. Or no, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, you guys go inside and you see that there is an assortment of folks that you saw there previous. It seems that not necessarily everyone, but it does seem that the patrons that are there, at least some of them that are regulars, are blatantly aware that this is the only bar in town, and if they would like to have a place to drink that's not covered in oil, they will
They
have to
have to
help
help.
make it not covered in oil.
Yeah.
So various folks are around cleaning. You see that Spelvis appears to be mopping up as best as he can with a small. In fact, he has a wand in his beak and is casting prestidigitation to clean some of the oil, as well as two of the goblins that you saw playing cards with Spelvis and the orc gentleman that was playing piano. Cassius is behind the bar trying to get things back in order, and Maverick is sitting at the bar again.
All right. I approach the sheriff, and I'm like, hey, so Dusty says that Ray isn't back yet, and that seems concerning.
Right. I would say that's certainly concerning for more reasons than one.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, she was up at the mine. They hit quite a payload recently, and they were gonna bring down some diamonds and various other riches that they were able to get. Hopefully, in order to get it down in time for the transaction tomorrow.
Oh.
May not have had exactly enough in the bank as it is. It's supposed to be. Should have been here by now.
Do you know where? Do you know exactly where she would have been then?
Yeah, I mean the mine's just north of town.
Okay.
A few hours ride. If you got one. shit.
Oh dear.
I'd damn.
I feel like that's probably worth investigating tonight then, huh?
If you feel up to it, I mean,
Sheesh.
it does pose an issue.
Alright. Are you thinking of coming with, or is this...
That's what I'm
Okay,
thinking
great.
about
Yep.
now. I mean,
Alright.
I'm sorry. Just try to level with me here. I've got a lot on my plate.
Do you want us to just go?
Shit.
Is there anyone you could send with us who could direct us to the mine?
I think well, there's Jed. I think he's around. Yeah, he Maverick comes out and you see there's a dwarf passed out on the stoop that actually you look at him and he is covered in coal dust and appears to have a headlamp on his head. And he kind of like kicks him out of his stupor and says, "Hey, Jed." He wakes up and he says, "Why aren't you at work today?" And he says, "Oh, well, okay, Sheriff, this was my day off, so I spent it having a good time." What the hell happened to the bar? he
Oh my
looks up
God.
and he sees this may have been the first time that he was conscious today. Not in
Wow.
a full on drunken stupor. But in any case, he says, "Hey, listen, there's some folks here that the shipment's late, and we need to figure out what's going on. So I need y'all to take these folks on up to the mine as soon as you can. All right. And if there's trouble, I need you to let me know." And he says, "Oh, I suppose that'd be fine. Sure, just give me a minute and I'll get ready. We can hit it. Isn't it getting kind of late?" And sheriff says, "Yeah, well, they say they're good to go now, so on ahead then." And it says, "All right, well, I'm gonna grab a few things and y'all meet me back here when you're ready, I guess." He goes up towards the shanty area to fetch some supplies.
Okay. We head back to the group.
Hello?
Okay.
So, Ruse gestures to, or pokes her head around and says like, "Hey, Nadezhda and Habu, I think we should go. Something's come up." And then thank you
Oh,
for all
Right.
for letting us hang out with you all at your fire. We appreciate the hospitality.
And they all kind of nod at you a little bit. Those that are sober enough to acknowledge you, at least. The the Winter Eladrin gives you a little. "No problem, Scout." And as you all are sitting there, you see from the north of town, someone is walking down the road between the caverns, the canyon rather. You see a woman
slightly taller than Ray, but of a similar complexion, or pardon me, slightly taller than Rue, but of a similar complexion, with long red hair. Only she is, her clothes appear to be a bit tattered, and she is covered in dust and oil. Rue, your grandmother, Ray Leodon, stumbles down the road, and in front of you, she says, "There was an accident. The mine's collapsed." And as she says, "The mine has collapsed," so does she, and she falls to her knees in the dirt.
Okay.
I run over and I pump. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. I have beep-a-dee. I'm gonna cast a level 3 Cure Wounds.
Okay. Yeah, this woman is collapsed in front of you, and you as she lays there in the dirt, you immediately rush over to her and fill her with a healing energy as the leaves from your cape kind of swirl up around you and press onto her skin, glowing with an orange light, not dissimilar from the orange sunset that's washing over the canyon right now. And as she kind of comes back to, he settles in and looks up at you. Rue?
Hi. Welcome
that you?
back. Yeah, yep. Welcome back. I am so sorry about the mines. I hope you're okay.
There's we need to talk,
Uh,
and that's where
yeah.
we'll end the session for today.
We.
So
Perfect.
Wow.
sorry there was no combat, but lots of investigating and chatting
Some
with some folks.
snooping.
We could have had combat if we just killed more people.
It's true.
That's
All you gotta do is stab
a
somebody.
sad
Oh.
outlook.
Instant
Could have
combat.
stabbed some.
You're already walking the line.